They were right. The tinfoil hats were f***ing right. Right about the Israel connection, about the compromised politicians, about the pedophile ring. They were right. Allegedly, of course. And they did get the details wrong. Because what did the tinfoil hat guys do? They elected those pedos into fucking office. These people played their hand perfectly. They told them everything they wanted to hear.
We're going to drain the swamp of corruption.
They validated their conspiratorial minds.
They always like to say, oh, that's a conspiracy theory. Not a conspiracy theory, folks. Millions and millions of people.
And then they built up the cult, a godlike image. Attacking him was blasphemy. They discredited the media, they demonized the opposition, and they gave them an enemy.
The radical left is causing this problem, not the right, the radical left.
And everything that goes against the word of the great leader,
You are fake news.
every revelation of wrongdoing just confirmed the witch hunt narrative.
That's what we should be talking about, not the Epstein hoax.
So now that the Epstein case finally blows open, nothing. Silence.
He got something wrong there. Conspiracy theorists just elected those same people because they was manipulated. That's not true. In fact, he's forgetting the point that whether it was left, right, Republican, Democrat, all of them are in the Epstein files. So basically you're saying you're electing people that ran. Yeah, that's usually how elections go. So it's not like the tinfoil hats is the one that just elected them. If you would have elected Democrats, it would have been the same thing. The only problem you have is good versus evil.
With 12 hours in, look at the front page of the #1 propaganda channel today after 3 million documents went live. Not a word on the biggest pedophile ring in history.
President Trump says that Iran wants to make a deal.
And these constant distractions have the media focusing on everything
The
else.
commander-in-chief has been weighing new strikes on the Islamic Republic.
So what will it be now? Will it be bombing Iran? Will it be more military in American cities? Will it be the arrest of Obama? Don't let him distract you. Don't let him censor you. Do not stop talking about this. Keep on the pressure, and this might just be his downfall.
It's not even about him just being a PDF file. It's because the network that he had. When it came to Bill Gates, and Bill Gates said that he got the STD from the Russian girl and he wanted the pills to give to his wife, the antibiotics to give to her and slip to her. I'm sitting there thinking, like, how do we know that those Russian girls that he said that he was with were of age? Who verified that? How do we know that those girls also didn't do it against their will? How do we know that? So when the FBI saying there's nobody to investigate, there's nothing to do, that's BS. Bill Gates is Bill Gates. You can get hookers anywhere. To go to a certain island and go to certain people and have something to do with Epstein tells you way more than what you need to know. Because if I go to a wild party, let's not put it on me. I don't want to put that burning stuff on me. So let's just say if somebody goes to a wild party, right? You go to a Diddy ball and at the Diddy ball is a whole bunch of rooms, there's a whole bunch of people, and you just mixing and mingling. You find yourself in with a woman. Y'all end up hooking up. You don't go back to the person that threw the Diddy ball and say, hey, at your party, I got this. Now I need something from you. That don't go like that. Because the person that threw the party is like, dude, everybody's out. You're a grown man. Figure it out. First of all, you should be embarrassed to even say that. However, if that person's job was to line you up with a specific person, you're Bill Gates, you can easily get a hooker. So it's deeper than just a hooker. You're a billionaire. There's plenty of hookers. It seemed as if he wanted something specific, something that he couldn't just go out and just go get and go hire. Diddy was hiring all kind of male hookers, and all these other people hire a whole bunch of female hookers. Nobody knows nothing. You don't know the hookers that all these rappers and these stars are talking to. They know amongst themselves. But Bill Gates, a multi-billionaire, he can do that. He can hire with discretion, but he can't hire for weird things. So if that gets really weird, you're going to need a one-on-one. Now, if you have somebody like Epstein, If Epstein can come in there and say, listen, I could hook you up. I got this, you're going to be set. You're going to be good. And it's something that you're not supposed to be doing. What, let's allege, certain age group, same something. Something's off with that. Now it's Epstein's responsibility to make sure that transaction or whatever y'all did is good. I don't know if he paid them or whatever it is, but he had to be involved in it directly in order for you to say, hey, man, I'm burning over here. You made me burn. I got to go out there and get something to my wife. Nobody goes to the person that threw the party and do that. That person had to line you up, and that person has to have responsibility, which was Epstein that had the responsibility. That's the only reason why he felt that he needed to get something back from him. Like, hey, man, you gave me, it's like somebody sold you something that don't work. Hey, man, you sold me this. It's not that we found it on the street, then I ain't got nothing to say to you. But if I'm coming directly to you, you owe me something. You got to figure out what that something is. But nobody investigated it. And if nobody investigated it, that means we have stuff to look at. Everything that's in the files. Kash Patel came out and he said that it's basically only child videos. It has nothing else in it. Nobody to prosecute, nobody to look for. Are you telling me out of 3 million that they dumped, there's still more than that, 3.5 million, whatever. It's still millions more files. You telling me that it's no one in there, not one thing, not one email, not one picture that you should be like, we got to look into this. That is almost impossible for that to happen, especially with somebody that was ranking like Epstein was. That's impossible for you to not have that. So that means they're purposely not going to go look for certain people, and then we have to wonder why. Why wouldn't you even want to go look into certain cases? Just like the Bill Gates situation, we don't know. And the only way for them to know is for them to go find those Russian girls. Talk to Bill Gates, interrogate him, find those Russian girls, make sure they were of age at the time. And they didn't do anything against their will. Because he got it from somebody. And anybody else they can find, right? They can find anybody from 40 years back. Hell, you'll catch somebody like Andrew Tate. You can easily go find somebody that's doing something in his past. Somebody that he knows. From 20 years back, they'll find people. They know exactly what's going on here. And when it comes to Epstein, these people will hide it.
Where are you guys at? Like, really, where you at? These new files that have dropped, redacted, although they're redacted, are pretty awful regardless. So, like, where are you at? Specifically you right here. Where are you at? Where are you at? Wasn't this your whole, like, shtick? Right? Save the children? Wasn't that you? Liz Wheeler? Where are you?